Welcome back, everybody. Let's do some drawing. Today I wanted to draw the imago, which it comes from the game and it's the currency, but we'll talk about that more in the future. Right, I've got the shape and we're just kind of make it up as we go along because it's more fun. So it's kind of like a chrysalis of an insect sort of thing. It's kind of like the cocoon, as it were. And I just think it's a really cool idea for money, that it's also, an edible source, and that's why it's so valuable, And there's something about the idea of, remember that film Mimic? If you haven't seen it, it's another wonderful film, wonderfully awful in every way. And I think that's a little bit of why I draw these, strange, elongated sort of skull thingies on a lot of the masks. I just think maybe it's that, and I watched that when I was young, and it's always kind of stuck with me. And I don't know, there's something about it that's just really cool. So if you have seen that film, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, it's probably a good thing because the film was crap. And right, so I like the idea of, originally I was going to do it very insect-like, but lately I've been looking at a lot of art with hands and things like that, and I just thought, wouldn't it be weird if it was kind of almost human-like as well? So, I don't know, maybe we'll see how it goes, see if it works, and if not, then we won't. I just, at the moment, I really like the idea, but it might be a little bit too creepy. I don't know, we'll see. See how we do. And if it doesn't work, then we'll go back to the bug version, which might be more suitable. Though the idea of it being almost like humanish might be quite creepy and impactful. We'll see how we do. I like this to be the actual artwork we do for the game, so hopefully no redos. And I've sort of almost made a decision about what the plan was with the art style for the game, and it might be a mix. It might be, the decision is it might be a mix of digital and traditional, but we'll just see how we go. Yeah. So there's like I was looking at insects earlier. I know I have a rivet in life, and there was one image of a chrysalis, and it actually looked like little arms holding together. You know what? I should have saved the image actually to show, but a lot of the time I forget to do that sort of thing. Oh, actually, it would be cool if like the fingers were interlooping. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, it just looked really creepy and kind of cool, and I thought, oh, I like that. I'll do that. And this kind of looks like a mask, I've just realized. So maybe we should do that, maybe. Kind of mix and match, and maybe it's lots of hands all together that makes up the shape. That's kind of cool and creepy. Yeah, what was I talking about? Don't know. I have no idea, but that's okay. Probably nothing too important. What was I talking about? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to sort of figure out the size. I mean, I've got an idea of the size of these things, which is the currency, and it kind of feels weird to have it really large, but I feel like it's not actually far off how big I would like them, sort of like a hand size, And, obviously you're not going to be carrying around a lot of them, because I love the idea of them being quite weighty, and also if they're kind of awkward, it just kind of fits in place with this awkward, weird world that the characters live in. And oh, I just realized if you're if you're new to the channel and you're thinking, what the hell is this guy chatting about? Well, I'm working on a little board game, and it's kind of like a creepy exploration, scenario-based, sci-fi-y game, but there's magic and homunculi and all those wonderful things. So yeah, that's what we're working on. So if this is your first time, welcome. And if you're an old friend of the channel, welcome back. It's good to see you. I like that this is becoming our little thing that we say at the start. It's good because it gives me about a minute to say something without me trying to ramble or think of something interesting, which is sometimes difficult. Alright, so at the end of it, I kind of want this almost like what's that film? Oh god, I can't believe I nearly forgot the name of Alien. Yeah, they have these masks, the engineers, which are kind of very similar to this. In fact, I need to change that because I just realized that looks like almost identical. So we'll come back to that, and we'll try and put a bit more of a spin of our own version on that because it looks very similar. Okay, right. Anyway, what's I talking about? Oh dear. Yeah, the sort of the strange alienish ship has these sort of interlocking patterns of, it's almost like ligaments or ligatures, and it's just something that always looks really cool. Gross, but super cool. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, cool. We are done with the pencil sketch. Now we must be brave and use the dippy pen. So thank you to those out there that have been following me for my little journey. I've watered down the ink as suggested. I've found my sort of right place to work the dippy pen. I've heated the tip. I've done all the tips and tricks I've been told, I think. So here it goes. Would have been a good idea if I actually had a little tester, but here we go. See how we do. Okay, we're doing all right so far. So we kind of want this sort of skin texture that's sort of wrinkled and kind of gross all the way through it. And we don't want it sort of seeing like there's multiple limbs, but it's all kind of connected. And I think that's more gross and weird and cool. So that's what we're going to do. I just realized the boiler's going. I'm wondering if that's been going the entire time, because I haven't noticed. Maybe. I don't know. There we go. I hope everyone's doing okay. I forgot to ask earlier, but thank you for joining me, and apologies, I've been a little bit quiet lately. There's been a lot going on at work, and sometimes I don't have a lot of time to just think, right, what are we going to draw next, or just sitting down and, you know, thinking, oh, it's time to do a bit of doodling, you know. There we go. Yeah, that looks alright so far. I'm not too sure about the old dippy pen, but I tell you what, let's just get this done and then we'll see how we feel about it at the end. And you know, if it looks right, then we'll keep it, but if not, we won't be too worried, you know. I'm not always going to get it right first time, you know. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the dippy pen, but oh no, it's doing it again. It's fighting me again on it. Have I changed? What have I done? Have I changed the angle or something? Or I just not have enough ink on there. Probably was me not putting enough ink, because I'm very silly. And I don't really know what I'm doing. That doesn't help either. I wish that boiler would just chill out for a little bit. You know, we got stuff to do, man. We're busy. Just chill out. Have a little nap. Okie dokie. Cool. Okay, we won't go too far, because we still need to get into these bits. And no doubt I will accidentally put my hand on wet ink and make a mess of everything, as I do. Okay, this is looking okay. And sort of, this kind of feels like a little person more than an insect, and wasn't really what I was going for. So because of the lines are a little bit thicker, so I'm sort of working with it. I say lines are a little thicker than what I was expecting it to look like, if that makes sense. And then we'll do almost like a pipe, like so. And get a bit more dippiness. Can't go wrong with a little bit of dippiness. And then what we'll do is we need to make it a little bit unique to us. So this almost like fake head of the insect larvae, well, cocoon thing. We'll sort of do it almost like there's a spine here. You know, we'll just sort of mix it up, and it's a little bit gross and macabre, but you know, the game's a little bit creepy. Actually, we could talk about the game when there. So, in the game, you can buy things or trade things, and trading's probably the easiest. You know, everything will have a sort of value, and depending on your relationship with, you know, NPCs, you know, you'll get a better deal if you've done something for them, you know, sort of like a little quest or something like that. You know, get a little percentage knocked off or something like that for just buying things straight up. Other things that you'll go to buy, you'll have to have done something for them, you know, sort of, you would have to have completed something in order to get it, something like that. But also, there is money, and it is these amargos, which are gross little, well, giant cocoons of a creature. And I won't talk much more about it than that, because there's some wonderful, yucky little secrets in store for the players, which I'm very excited to get to later on. But yes, these little cocoons are the money. I always thought that was quite cool to have something that was organic, has a cash, you know, sense of value on little monsters. Okay, how are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing really well. I thought it was like we've been drawing a lot longer than that. Okay, that's good. Just congratulating myself. Well done, mate. You did great. Thank you. Alright, another little pipe. And then this is very biomechanic, isn't it? If anyone's a fan of H.R. Giger, I always say it wrong. I'm not really sure which one's the right way. Anyone's a fan of him, I feel like this is feeling very similar now, which is, in my opinion, not a bad thing. It's one of those artists that I came across when I was much younger, and I thought, this is revolting. What is this awfulness? And As I've got older, I've sort of more appreciated how clever the artist was. And I guess on some level I'm stealing a little bit. Wow, we're going to steal from any artist. It's not a bad one to steal from. Cool. Oh, the boiler has decided to finally go off. Thank you, Mr. Boiler. So we're just going to do some little details every now and again. Just keep that balance. Go back and forth, and just if I start detailing a little bit too much somewhere, just come back and do a little bit more. Alright, okie dokie. And I guess the idea of, oh no, now the storm's going. Oh dear. That seems befitting, really. There's a lot of bad weather in this game. And the weather really affects how you traverse and travel, and I always like the idea as well that there's sort of, you have to embrace the chaos of nature a little bit. Should it be a mask? I feel like if it's a mask, it's going to look very similar to it. Well, what we'll do is we'll actually draw it almost like a not biomechanical, but like an actual mechanical mask. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of make it up as we go along. Because as one of the lovely followers pointed out, and quoting a wonderful artist, Mr. Ross, there are no mistakes. Wait, was it? There are no mistakes, they're just wonderful accidents? No, I don't think that's right. There are no accidents, just wonderful mistakes. It's been a long day. You know what? I couldn't think of a word earlier. What was the word? Oh, it's the stupidest thing I've ever said. Couldn't think of a word. What was it? Application. You know, I tried to remember that word for 3-4 minutes. Just stood with a cup of tea in my hand. Oh, cup of tea. And could not remember it. Cheers. Yeah, one of those days. Oh, no, come on, dip, dip, dip. Nice. Yeah, one of those days. Just oh, there's a lot of ink on that one. Let's get a little bit gone. Nice. I think we saved it before it went terrible. There are no mistakes, just happy there are accidents. Why am I struggling with this? Don't know. Right. Application. What was that? The hell was I talking about? Oh, it doesn't matter. Right. I think this looks less like the engineers now, which is good. And I feel like maybe there's also a little bit more bug-like to this. But it's really important that we keep the look of the game throughout everything, and this sort of mechanicalized, strange, off, sci-fi-ish look needs to be throughout the game. It's because, the half ship, the safe base for the characters, that's very mechanical, and I need this sort of look throughout the game, otherwise it's not going to feel quite right. It won't feel all the same game, so I think that's the biggest issue I'm having with the game currently. Oh my gosh, I've got the scratchiest nose in the world. Oh, phew, survived. That's not doing anything. Nice. Okay. Don't touch the ink. Don't do it. Stay away. God, Or the intrusive thoughts just to go, don't do it. Lovely storm again outside. Cool. Right, how should we do the hands? And just really long and elong. Yeah, I think just elongated and creepy is going to be the best way, but I don't want to put like mechanical stuff in there, otherwise it's generally going to look like some sort of cousin to a xenomorph, and I really don't want that. I want it to still feel like a bug in a strange way. Oh, I suppose I could do a shell. Yeah. Does it need the arms? I think it does need the arms. I think the arms add a really interesting idea, and you know what? It was kind of, as I was making it today, the arms came about, and I really want to keep that because I think that's really cool if I can, when we get to the point of making the game, well, also manufacturing, printing, and all that good stuff. If we can be like, well, actually, the imago's money of the game kind of came about during the video itself, I think that's really cool to be able to say that, So yeah, we just left a little gap here so we can kind of interact. And so we'll come back to the hand in a second. I just want to make sure that I'm working down rather than sporadically, because this ink is very wet still. You know what? We're going to put like a tube pipe thing interacting with, so just hiding and heading off underneath this bit, underneath this bit. So it's all kind of, it looks like, what's the word? It's kind of almost frozen in place, or kind of all weaved together. It looks like arms, but it's not. Oh, I just looked over the camera. That's gross looking. Oh, I like this. Yep, I think we're doing the right thing here. I have no idea how long I'm planning to do the video for. Thought that was the best way. Oh, I've got the nice bit of the ink on the dippy pen. Nice. Nope, lost it. I am forever the professional. Yeah, of course I know what I'm doing. Of course. Just so you know, I have very little idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making up as I go along. Yeah, what else can I say about the imagos? Don't know, actually. Oh, you know what? I've had this idea for imagos for, when was I? I must have been in my early 20s, and I was writing a paper. And it was about, what was it about? About alchemy and insects, and there's a mix between entomology and etymology, and there was something about the idea of bugs and alchemy and all this stuff that just always stuck with me. And I always thought, yeah, I need to do something about that. It's a cool little world, well, a mix of worlds, and yeah, I just thought that would be a very cool thing one day. And here I am, making a game with almost that. Oh, I need a little bit there, but I feel like I don't want to touch the. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. You'll regret it. Wow, self-restraint. It's pretty good. Maybe I'm growing as an artist. I'm just becoming slightly more sensible in my old age, but before I'd be like, ooh, I'd smudge everything, but I'm glad I didn't. Well done, man. I think that's a nice sort of end bit. you know, that sort of weird groovy bit, to the edge of the arm and, well, sort of the elbow, I guess. Oh, it's that stupid thing to go over. Oh no, don't do it, don't do it. You can always do that with sort of some digital editing at the end. Or actually when it's dried. And there's a good chance I won't ruin it. Cool. Nice. Okay, this is looking quite nightmarish. Okay, so I want the fingers to not kind of feel right. You know, it's almost like creatures seeing us and pretending that it understands that sort of thing. You know? Oh, it's a little bit too thick, that one, but that's okay. I'll make up for it. Oh, I should have left a gap. That's fine. Let me just remember. Oh, no. Come on. Oh. Come on, Dippy Pen. Don't fight me on this one. Cool. What should we do here? I guess that's going to be one of the hands. We'll do a hand coming up this way. Oh, what am I doing? Freehanding it again. Come on, man. This is for the game. I'll be freehanding. That actually came out okay. Oh, maybe you should freehand a bit more. Good job. Right. And then what I'm going to do as well is once it's dried, I'll come back and I'll do a little bit of pencil to shade in, because that's how I want the traditional style of the characters and the artwork, just to have that sort of mix of pen and dippy pen and pencil. I think it's cool. What should I do here? I think I'll just a few lines, right? And then sort of have that weird connection between these bits and everywhere else, just so it has that pattern. Not pattern, you know the word. I don't know what my hand's doing this. I'm really holding the paper down so it doesn't slip. I think that's what I'm doing. So I'll just put my hands here. It can just happily be there. I am sat really weird. Maybe that's why as well. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure I'm really involving all the little weird lines and stuff, because I want the sense of it all being connected and fused. That was the word I was trying to think of earlier. Hey, I know words. And that oddly shaped elbow as well. Like I said, I want it to not feel quite right. You know. Okay, we'll leave a few little gaps there as well. And there. And we'll put one there, yeah, okay. There we go. And then do some creases. Need to stop trying to do it perfect. Not perfect, but, you know, taking too much time. I need to just go quick, enjoy it, so it keeps all the same style. Otherwise it will look like it's two different styles, which is sometimes something I do. There we go. There we go, and then that last one there, and yeah, we get away with that one, I think. Cool. And then maybe this hand doesn't look quite right as well. You know what, maybe we'll do something like that. I'll just do that one. Might look really weird at the moment because you're like, why are you not connecting the bits? But there is some very rough idea in my head, and I'm trying to do it. There's some plan within the madness. I'm almost certain there is. Hmm. Okay. Going all right. So there's one hand, and then we'll have another one. Or do it, actually, we'll do it like this. That makes more sense to me. And then like that. This is quite cool. Can you imagine holding one of these and it's sort of, I imagine it's quite dense and kind of gross, but I think that'd be kind of cool. And something that was like, it felt far too heavy for its weight. I imagine it's almost like the weight of lead or something. Cool. Apologies. Forgot I was doing a video. Oh, no, ran out of ink. Cool. And then there's probably another hand here, but we're going to just make sure we get plenty of these sort of gross little connection bits in, because as the fingers are sort of rolling, you know, we want more of the detail underneath, so it would be these bits on top, sorry. I think that makes sense in my hand. I don't know. Right, and then this elbow here. Same thing again, but I think as we come down, it's going to be more apparent. It's not, you know, it's not really an arm. It's going to be the connection into this little creepy bit. Yeah, like that. A bit more forceful. That makes sense. And then even that finger is going to sort of be connection. Be connection? Be connected. Yeah. And then cut that one as well. Okay, cool. It's looking kind of gross. Kind of cool. Actually getting close to the end now, I can feel it. Very exciting. Okay, so that's the other finger. Actually works quite well. It's kind of like curved and it looks weird. So we put a little bit of the finger there. It just kind of feels weird and kind of right at the same time. Nice. Oh, I'm dipping out a little bit. Don't touch the ink. Don't do it. Cool. Cool, we're getting there, aren't we? Oh, we're a little bit off the page. I didn't realize. Must have, the amalgam must have grew a little bit without me noticing. That must be what happened. Nothing to do with my inability to plan. Certainly no reflection on my own professionalism. Do. Alright, nice bits. Oh no, doing it again. But there we go. And then this one, I think as we get closer to this end bit here, sort of almost, because maybe this was an arm as well at some point, and as it's sort of mid-stage changing, sort of changes as you go down more and more to become more of a cocoon. I don't know, I'm kind of just rambling and riffing and hoping that something will kind of pop out and I'll be like, oh yeah, I like that. We'll add that to the lore. And I've noticed that these bottom bits are kind of looking like roots. So we are going to embrace that, because roots are cool. I do another one there. Alright, so sorry, I keep forgetting to speak. And then, oh, that one. So there's the gap. What does that remind me of? Oh, a fishbone. Cool. Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? Very cool. So we've probably only got about 8 minutes left of the video. That's what I'm guessing. Might be less. It'd be weird if I got it exactly right though, right? Very creepy. But then again, it's 50-50. Either right or wrong, right? That's how statistics works, right? I know that's a very silly thing to say. I've been saying it for years and I still think it's funny. Strangely, no one else finds it funny. Weird. And then another one of those sort of almost like roots coming through here. Like so. Cool. We're doing okay. I'm not even sure if it needs the pencil. It's only need to wait for it to dry so I can rub out the sketch underneath. I forgot about that. Hope I don't smudge it. What I will do is I'll give it a lot of time and maybe it'll be okay for the video. Just like this. And then another one of these creepy little fingers. I like the idea of everything kind of looking like something but not being what it looks like. Is there a limb there? Yeah, okay. I'll just do that then. Oh, and they look like fingers. Maybe there's some sort of sensory organ or something. I don't know, like I said. Just happy riffing. Oh, that was weird. The pen made a weird little click sound. How odd. This is creepy. Cool. Okay, cool. We are flying. Right, where's the next arm? The arm's going to be here. No, it's not. I can see where I did in the sketch. My bad. Okay. I'll have to make it up. So maybe if I do that. Yeah, that would be fun. Good job, man. Dude, just follow the plan. It's right there. Silliness. Very cool. Do I need another one there? No, it doesn't. Okay, we're just going to add some more detailing because I think there's a little bit more needed. I don't like all these blank spaces, and I think they need more love. A little bit more attention and some more creepiness. But yeah, I think I might even color this in digitally. Because I'm worried that if I put pencil, I'll try a couple of times and then I'll, smudge something or, I don't know, do something weird. Okay. This is gross. I really like this. It's not exactly what I had in mind when I was, sketching it and thinking about it. Because I've drawn Amargos a few hundred times, maybe more. And the funny thing is, they always kind of change, so maybe that's just the lore of them, Because I like the idea of doing the art book kind of like a journal, kind of like someone in the world, just trying to draw everything, and maybe every time you go to draw it, it's slightly different because they're constantly changing. I don't know. It's quite a trippy thought, though. I quite like it. How are we doing? I think we can kind of finish pretty soon now. I wonder if that was 8 minutes. I'd be really interested to know. Weird. Right. We are pretty much finished there. So yeah, there's a few more bits I need to do. Shading, if need be. And a little bit of writing with each bit, kind of like, this is this creature, this does this is the lore, this is found here. And what I like to do is, the flora and fauna of the world. I think that's what I'll start doing, actually, because the smaller stuff and the more manageable. So, a huge thank you to everyone who supports the channel. Thank you so much to our patrons and our old Druid Biscuit Party patron. Hey, I nearly said that perfect. And thank you to everyone who comments and just comes for a nice chat. And I hope anyone doing a little bit of drawing right now in the background, listening to me mumble, hope your art is going really well. And I hope everyone's having a good day. Right. You all take care. Cheers. Bye. Ooh. Nice.